That's me live now. Am I live? Hey, you see me? All right, now I'm live. Anybody out there? Say hello if you're out there. I'm not sure if I'm even broadcasting here. What's going on? It's the crazy brain and stuff. Hello, that's one person. Thank you very much. Anybody else? Hello, hello, hello. All right. Anyway, there you go. How you doing, everybody? What's going on? I'm here from the Blues Society, Long Island Blues Society. I'm going to do a little teaching, a little blues talk, a little hanging out, a little getting out of the rain nonsense right now, because the rain is really doing some bad stuff all over the place. I'm going to start with a couple of different things here. I got a bunch of slides. I'm going to show you a second. I got my slide collection. You can see that. Got a whole bunch in my little box. I love playing slide guitar. I have my slide guitar with me, the one I always play all the time, my Silvertone. My electric guitar, I'm going to show you some B.B. King vibrato, which is, something I could never, ever really master, but I'm going to try to do it for you. That's really cool. I got my acoustic guitar, my old Brazilian Rosewood 0021, which I got from a friend. I'll tell you the whole story about that. It'd be great. And we're just going to talk. And we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. And I'll try to get to all of you that are out there saying hello. It'd be great. It'd be really, really killer. I want to start, though, with on a somber note, though. A very, very dear friend of mine who I was very, very close to for the last 25 years or even more. A dear friend of mine, Frank Salenza, who a lot of you know out there, a lot of you know Frank. And he passed away about 2 weeks ago. It was a very rare disease, and got him really quick. He didn't even have a chance. And I'm very, very saddened and very, very taken back by it. And I love him very much, and I'm going to have for him a beautiful celebration of life concert over at 89 North on the 10th of October, from 3 to 7. We're going to do that, and I'm inviting all musicians down at New Frank, and everybody that knew him personally and stuff like that too, his friends, and just knew his loving and his humor and his just great all-around person, and how he enhanced my life as being a friend. I mean, amazing. And I hope he enhanced yours too. But there you go. But getting to a little some music and getting some stuff. I want to start with a couple different styles of blues. Okay, that's what we'll get into. And I'm going to start with my Martin guitar. This is my Martin 0021. Brazilian Rosewood, 1965. Hardly ever been played. I got this guitar from a friend of mine who got married in 1965, and he bought it for his wife. And it didn't really work out too well with his wife about a year or so later. So what he did was he put it under the bed, and he never looked at it because it reminded him so much of his wife. So I ended up getting the guitar from him because he wanted to get rid of it. So I said, absolutely, I'd love to get it. So we made a deal, and this is it. It's really, really great. And it's a good finger-picking instrument. What it is you can notice it. If you're a guitar player, you understand what I'm saying. In between the strings, it's very, very, very wide. It's a wide neck instrument. It's usually a little bit thinner, but it's wide. So you can finger pick. Now this was they made this in the 1920s and 1930s also. They stopped making them for a while. And it's also called it's a 12 fret neck. It's a little thinner body, like that. It's got a slotted headstock. That's the old-fashioned way of putting it too. It's not a solid peg. But what happens is when you play, I can get my fingers inside the strings a little easier when I'm playing. That's why they like it for like finger picking, that kind of stuff. A lot of folk artists really got into this big time. So I'm going to play with you a little. This is a Piedmont style. This is a finger picking thing. A lot of them they play in C because they do the bounce of the back from the C to the G, from the A string to the E string. So I'm going to play a little bit of a kind of Piedmont type thing. Here it goes. Anyway, that's a little bit of a Piedmont type style. I'll play another one for you. This is going to be a little more of a Delta style. And it's usually like an E and an E down here. I have a capo on because when I play guitar, I sing an A a lot. So I'm playing at a G, which is actually an A when you put the capo on the second fret. Anyway, so here we go. This is in the standard tuning. But this is going to be a little bit of a delta-y type of E thing, which is very, very, when you hear it, you probably understand what it is. Here it goes. That's a delta style. One more delta style really quick. There's a little bit of it's a shuffle. Just a little bit of a delta style like that. Anyway, so that goes way back. Delta is more of a Mississippi type thing. When I played before, I played for you something called a Piedmont. That's a Carolina type of blues down there. Georgia, that kind of thing like that too. It's really, really cool down there with that. And a lot of guys like Willie McTell played that kind of thing like that. He did actually a song you probably know. I'll play for you really quick. This isn't exactly how he does it, but this is a Piedmont way of playing. Like I said, you probably recognize the tune. Here it goes. Well, wake up, mama, turn your lamp down low. Oh, wake up, mama, turn your lamp down low. Well, you got some nerve, turn the jaw from your door. Well, woke up this morning, had them Statesboro blues. Woke up this morning, baby, had them Statesboro blues. Well, Grandma seemed to have them, Grandpa seemed to have them too. That's a Piedmont right there. There are so many ways you can play songs. And actually, let me go back to that for a second. I could do that in so many different ways, that one tune. And blues is so interchangeable. So if I did that in that kind of, I could also go. Well, wake up, mama, turn your lamp down low. That's a little bit of a shuffle, like a kind of something out of like Memphis, or Chicago, like that. So you can interweave it all those different ways like that. You can bring it into Delta, back into Chicago, and that kind of stuff, which is actually really, really kind of cool. Anyway, so there you go with that. That's a little bit of a Piedmont-y, Delta-y kind of thing going on, which is great. I want to play a little electric actually right now. I'm going to pop in my electric guitar really quickly. Let's see what's going on. How's everybody doing out there? What's going on? Anybody out there? Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Gail. Hi, Kathleen. Michael, how are you? Get out there, would be good. There's something I want to stress a little bit here. And I want to talk about this. This is a metronome. See that? This is everybody's devil right here. And if they tell you to play it, you just don't want to do it. But I'll tell you right now that it really is probably one of the best things that you could ever do is play with a metronome. A metronome will give you timing that you're looking for. Even if you start with doing it, and a metronome obviously is this. It's a click, click, click. The old-fashioned one had the thing going like this. This is a modern Seiko. Electronic, you can put a little earphone in, so you know, drive people nuts. And I've driven people nuts before with these things. So, but when you play with a metronome, it's really great. I remember when I was younger, I went to see Steve Morse of the Dregs play when I was very young. And I remember watching him play, and I was so engulfed by and blown away by how fast his fingers were. And how he was like right on the money, him and Rob Augustine, the drummer, fantastic. And how they were so perfect, they were doing stuff like that. But I realized, like, after a while, I went home and I played for like a whole week, trying to play quick riffs. Whatever, you know. And by doing all this stuff, I noticed that I really couldn't really do it when I played with a band. All of a sudden, I got my own way of having timing. So when you're playing with a metronome, it'll help you with the timing. That's what I have like that. So you do is you play between all those notes like that. Another thing I want to stress too is the vibrato. When you play an instrument, a lot of people play a vibrato. And violinists you see all the time, they're playing, they're shaking their hand like this, they're going like that, as they're doing little notes. B.B. King was the master of that. Eric Clapton's got a great vibrato also, but he got it from B.B. King. So B.B. King was the master. And what he would do is he'd have his whole hand. I can vibrato like this. Without vibrato, it's like this. It's kind of dull sounding. Vibrato kind of brings it on like that. It kind of keeps it going. And what he would do is he would hammer down. And hammer down is like when you hit hard here. Whoops, sorry. So we had that really big. And he would just say so many things with one note. That was B.B.'s big thing. Anyway, but I can't stress more about the metronome. It'll drive you nuts, but it's really right where it is. And it's every drummer that I know that does a lot of practicing and stuff like that. Guys like Mario, Eileen, of course. I used to play with the band. They were all metronome people, and when they first were starting and getting that stuff going, and they play as like pretty much like a metronome, which is pretty wild when I'm playing with them. And it's always really important to have a really, really great rhythm section, especially like in blues, all that stuff, because of what kind of different kind of beats you got. And there's a really nice kind of a Texas strut type thing. It's like the Stevie Ray Vaughan type. You know, that kind of beat right there, getting people dancing, getting that boom, 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 is always a great thing when you're playing a lot of blues music. And a lot of that comes from Texas. A lot of it comes from Memphis. Out of Mississippi. Mississippi was the acoustic type of thing like that. And it grew up to into Memphis, into Chicago, obviously. You know, with chess records and stuff like that, which is amazing. And that's all a lot of fun too at the same time. Who's out there? Anybody want to ask any questions? I mean, what's going on? I mean, I know it's this rainy, crazy night. Hope that all your well staying dry and your plants are really, really doing well. Let's see what I got here. I got to go up and down this thing. I don't know what's going on. I'm not good savvy with this stuff. Oh, here we go. Pete Hansen. Pete, thank you very much. I'm glad to be here, Pete. Thank you very much for asking me. This is great. This is great. Catherine Travis, how you doing? Dawn, how are you? Jenny Jen. Monica, how are you? What's going on? Gail again. Gail's hanging. Dawn, thank you. Cool. Need a little more volume. Okay. Let me see what I got here. Anne-Marie Willis, how you doing, buddy? Going. Hi, Laura. What's going on, buddy? Judy, say hello to everybody back there. This is great. I'm trying to get it to everybody here. A whole bunch is out there going back and forth. This is great. So there's Jenny Jen again. Anyway, so I'm going to try to do a little bit of a slide demonstration for you too at the same time. Like I said, I have this is my slide little box here with my little collection of craziness. And I'm going to tell you what's going on. I have a company that helps me out with slides. They contacted me once about it. I know Toby Walker uses these too. He's an endorsee, and I'm an endorsee also. And this is made out of stone. It's amazing, actually. It's called a Rocky Mountain slide. If you see them, they're really, really, really great. They're really, really beautiful. That's a really, really great slide. Hold on. It's heavy too. I like the weight of it. The weight of the slide is great because it really makes it sustain nice when you're playing against a thing like that, which is great. This slide was made for me by a very, very dear friend from a wine bottle. My friend George Delecki is out there. He has a really, really beautiful store over in Eastport. And he has a stained glass business. And he's getting a lot of recognition. I've seen him all over News 12. His head is so big, you can't get in his freaking door. But anyway, I love that man, and he gave me this. And he used to come down to Naples all the time. He lived right near the Naples. And back when we used to play there. And one day he walked in and he goes, I'm going to make you a slide. And he made me this beautiful glass slide. It's gorgeous, made from a wine bottle. That was like the original ones that were made like that too, which is really, really cool. Got all these things. This is my black slide. I had quite a few of these I went throughout the years. This is a mud slide, and made by Dunlop, and it's made of porcelain. And what's the difference between porcelain and ceramic? They say, or a vase and a vase, about $100. But this is they run out on maybe $20, whatever it is. But this is a black porcelain slide. It's very, 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 it's very heavy, very smooth, beautiful piece. Really is. I like that a lot, actually. And let me see if I can get to my little ones over here for a second. Oh, brass. A nice brass slide. Very nice. Johnny went to use one of these too on his national dobro, national Resophonic guitar he uses. So that one looks like a mirror, that big guitar. And this is the one he uses, and it's really, really great. This is very, very heavy. It's got a really, really great sound to it. And a couple of things here too. I have this is my Dwayne. If you can see that, it's my Dwayne Allman Corsidon bottle I got when I was a little kid. I went up and bought it in the store, took the medicine, it cost me $5. Poured the medicine out, I used it, and my brother said to me, he goes, why don't you just go buy a regular slide? It costs you $2. And all these years later, these can go anywhere from $50 to $200 if you find one. They're impossible to find, and if you find them, everybody's covering them, so I got that one there, which is really, really cool. And speaking of the ones that are a little cheaper that you can buy in the store, this is a glass slide. This is a glass Pyrex, and it's made by Dunlop also. And these are great. This is a real workhorse. In other words, a lot of guys they start out with these on their pinky, whatever it is. I like playing slide on my ring finger. I find it's very, very comfortable. I can see what I'm doing. I can play behind the notes. It just feels really, really great when I'm doing that. And to me, a pinky, although they say you can use more fingers when you use a pinky slide, I find that it's not. It kind of feels kind of funny when I'm in a pinky and I'm playing like that, like this. So I love doing this. It's much, much easier for me. Now, if you're Dickie Betts, or you're Joe Walsh, or you're Bonnie Raitt, they use it on their middle finger, like this, when they're playing like that, which is interesting. If you see like the Joe Walsh live with the Eagles, there's great shots of him playing on his. He's using a, what you call it now? He's using some kind of Rickenbacker, like a new black Rickenbacker. He's playing. He's doing a Rocky Mountain Way on it. It really sounds great. But anyway, getting to the slide itself, okay? Getting to the whole idea of it. If you're home, you got a guitar, pick it up. And if you have a guitar that's tuned like this is a G tuning. Okay, so it's D, G, D, G, B, and D. That's it. It's D, G, D, G, B, D. It's a chord. It's a G chord is what it is actually. And when you play slide with it, I'll pull my back so that's my porcelain. When you go across the whole amount of frets, it's a chord. Like that. It's a whole chord. So you could actually just do an open tuning and start playing slide. It's like right there for you. Now, what I'm doing is I'm dampening with this finger, this hand, actually. Plus I'm picking with it at the same time. So as I'm playing one note, let me get down here. As I'm playing a note, I'm holding these other twos down. I'm doing 3 strings. But I'm going to play my middle string, the B string. And I'm going to play the last string, my other finger, and I'm holding the other 2 down. I'm going to bring down to here, 3rd string. So as I'm doing that, I'm dampening and playing at the same time. I'm also have my hand is behind the frets. If I didn't do that, it would sound kind of like this. But if I damp with it too, so it's a little cleaner sounding at the same time. There's a lot of stuff though. See, I can't always say that the clean thing is always great because a lot of guys, a lot of the original blues players, I don't think really understood like what technique was. They just did what they did, and as time went on and you know marched along with understanding what technique was, we started understanding what they were doing and how they were doing it to make that kind of sound. And by making it too clean, if I'm sounding clean, sometimes it can be a little too homogenized. You want to get the dirt somewhere. You want to get that feel of the whole thing. It's the whole idea of being in tune and stuff like that. It's out the window when you're playing blues music. It's all about the mood and the feel. And you can be a little out of tune when you're playing, or something like that, or not hit the note exactly when you're bending it. A lot of people did that, especially back in the 50s. You didn't have like, you know, Ernie Ball, Super Slinkies and that kind of stuff. You had to kind of, you know, bend a 12 or a 13 string, you know what I mean, or a flat wound string, which is like really, really hard to bend. I mean, you're going to kill your fingers. I mean, Steve Ray Vaughan used really heavy strings like that, but he tuned his guitar down a little bit so he could bend the string a little better, and it had like a really fat tone to it like that, you know what I mean? So, but that's the blues thing is all about mood. It's all about feeling. It's all about having that feel like that. So when I'm playing a slide, I can have it a little bit, like I said, I can have a little dirty sound. Let me see. I can have a little dirty. So you get a little string noise, it's kind of cool. So basically, and also knocking the slide against the side of the neck, against the fret, also has a little bit of a feel to it too, like this little bang that goes on like that. You know, being exact and being perfect is not in the blues world, you know what I mean? Doing things that are like that is in this whole realm of just having mood, having a feeling, and having it done like that. Doing a recording in one take, if you can do it, you know what I mean? Guys want to make it a little more polished, but in a lot of ways, that's what it is. Even Jeff Beck on like Blow by Blow, which is a really, really one of my favorite albums of all time. You hear him go off once in a while. He gets a little out of tune when he's playing, da-da-da. But you know something? As a musician, or the engineer was in there listening to him, I'm sure the engineers, and if Jeff Beck wanted to change it, I'm sure the engineer and the producer said, no, we're not changing it because it just sounds too good. You know what I mean? It has that kind of tone. you know what I mean, that you're looking for. So you wouldn't want to do that like that. But anyway, so let me see who else is out there. I want to say hello because I mean, I never get to be able to say hello all the time. So let me see how you guys are doing out there. We'll be hanging out for a little while here. Let's see, hi Jeannie, Fabrizi, what's going on, Bubby? She lives in Pennsylvania now. She came to see me play a couple of weeks ago. We had a great time. Her and her husband. Hi guys. Let's see what we got. Robert, connect. Robert, yes, the sky is crying over here too. It opened up pretty much, and it's pretty crazy. So we'll see. We'll see what goes on. Oh boy. Ah, Laura. Laura used to live next to me when we were kids. We were like about 5 or 6, and one day on Facebook, she moved away a long time ago. She texted me and said hi, and she says, "Are you Kerry Kearney from Pennsylvania?" I said, "Yes, I am." And she lives out in California right now, and I hope you guys are doing okay with the fires and stuff like that. I know everything's really bad, and you do need the rain, and we're complaining about the rain like crazy, and but I know what's going on with you, so I really can't complain because I really feel for you guys out there. And group lessons. When are we going to do them again with Dawn? Dawn, I want to do them. I want to start maybe in the fall sometime. That would be great. If we can all get together and do some group lessons, that'd be fantastic. And maybe I'll go and maybe we can do it down at the place again over at Crazy Beans over there, which would be fantastic. Is it Crazy Beans or Crazy Crepe? What is it? I don't remember that. Okay, Monica, how you doing, buddy? Martin, how you doing? How's everything going, man? How's your Silvertown? Great. This is cool. A couple more people. Let me say hello really quick. Hi, Linda, down in Florida. Everything's going good down there. Everything's cool. I'm sure you dodged the bullet with all this crazy stuff going on. That's really cool. Emily, love you, Emily. You're the best. Eric, love you too, baby. You guys are great. Johnny Race, rock and roll, my friend. Rock and roll, dude. I always get to see Johnny play over at the Beery's cystic fibrosis gig we do every year, which is really a lot of fun, and that's always really great. Yes, I understand. It's Crazy Crepe. Thank you. All right. So anyway, so what's going on is this. Right now, we'll talk a little more about blues and stuff like that. Maybe about some famous records, whatever it is. B.B. King. Let's go back to B.B. B.B.'s always the nucleus for me. It's B.B. and everybody outside. He's that rooted thing. I mean, Robert Johnson really is the root in a lot of ways, and Charlie Patton and Blind Lemon Jefferson, those people like that. But B.B. really he's the blossoms of the tree. I mean, it really is amazing what he did. And we actually got the pleasure 3 times to open up a B.B. King, and it was the most amazing thing that I've ever, done, playing wise. It was such an enlightenment. It was a beautiful blessing that we did it. The first one we did was at the Westboro Music Fair in Long Island, and what happened was it was right after the Sandy, and I got a call about a month later, and I said absolutely, I mean, it would be such a great thing to do that and just get this whole doldrums of all the catastrophe that went through. It was really awful. But we're gonna we have a few CDs out. You can look up on Highlander Records, HighlanderRecords.com, and it's stuff that we've been doing the last couple of years. We put it together, and we have a great vast pickings of music that we've been trying to get to do. Everything from like Louisiana blues to Chicago blues to like Delta stuff, and a lot of it's our own stuff too, which is, it's a lot of fun. I know we play a lot of bars and things like that. That we have a lot of, we do a lot of like classic blues and that kind of stuff. I'll always throw them in. I love doing that. You know what I mean? But we also throw a lot of our own stuff in too. So at the same time, it has like a bluesy feel. I always say like if you like Little Feat, if you like the Allman Brothers, if you like stuff like that, you might like us because we like, I'm not saying with them, but we have that same kind of, we put in that same kind of category of music, I guess you'd say. And that's what all the music is, and it's really, really a lot of fun. And I love all our friends out there, all our friends and fans that come and see us all the time. And, I've met so many really great people. And we're going to have, like I said, we're going to have that big show on the 10th of October for Frank over at the 89 North over in Patchogue. And we hope that everybody shows up for that, and that'll be great. And we're going to have a lot of jamming going on, a lot of musicians from Long Island, a lot of guys that I know, I've met through all the years, and that Frank played with all those times. And you know, and so we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff like that, which is gonna be really really cool. But let me see. Let me do a little more. I'll do a little more acoustic. I'll play a little more guitar because it's just kind of hanging, it's kind of moving. So let's see what we got. Back to my trusty. This is my old guitar again. This is my 1965. I'm going to tune up just a little bit for a second here. So it's just a little wacky. You know, be two and tune, that's what I would say. That's blues, who cares? It's fine. All right, here we go. Let me see. It's hard to see everything. Move back a little bit. There we go. It's my legs. Yee! A little ditty in E, kind of like a little Mississippi John Hurt type of little finger pick there on the E. Cool. It's a little bitty. Sitting around jamming, sitting around hanging out. It's like I'm sitting around, this is what I pretty much do when I'm playing. Or if I'm practicing, I'm sitting around doing like that. Like I said, I do things with my metronome a lot. But it's just like getting right into my living room and just kind of hanging out with me and just grooving. Put on a cup of tea. Crack over a beer if you like. I'm not really a drinker, but, you know, have a cup of coffee. Couple of Danish. You know, it's always fun. But, you know, maybe a slice or two. It's always fun. But anyway, so I'm gonna get back here and talk a little more about stuff. Let me just put this away. And we can just hang out and groove. I want to thank the Blues Side again for inviting me to do this. This is really a lot of fun. I did it one other time a while ago, and it was, I think maybe in January. I was doing this. It was fun. Had a cool time. Let me move up a little bit. Let me see what's going on. See who's out there. See if anybody is really into grooving. About what we're doing here, let's say. Oh my God. Keep up 2 minutes to get off. You know, it depends on the capo, what you're doing. If you tune with a capo on, so Pete Hansen, then you're okay. If you tune without a capo and then put it back on again, because the frets are never exactly in the right places. I mean, even with all the modern technology of how they're making things, you know, it's like it's still going to be a little bit wacky. So I kind of think too like that. So and see what else is out there really quick. This is all technical stuff, technical craziness. Let's see what we got down here. Hi Karen, Karen DeBris. Down in Florida, I think you are. Unless you're here, you back up here. That's cool. That's great. Edward Michaels. Let me tell you, Edward Michaels. Let me talk about Edward Michaels really quick. When I played with Marty Ballin back in the late '80s into the early '90s. Edward Michaels was our drummer. He played with us. And he was a fantastic player. And he got a lot of great stories. He was in San Francisco when we met him. And very dear friend. And Michael, Edward, you all the people you play with in your life. I mean, everything you've done is amazing. And when he did the album with us too, with the Marty Ballin album, the Better Generation album, and Ed came and played with us and did it with us. And he was just, he has a big drum set. He's got like the wide, the big 4-tom, the whole thing like that. I'm not sure what size they are. But he had a pounding, great, unbelievable tone, unbelievable volume. I mean, this guy is really, really great. I'm trying to get him a job out there. I'm sure he's playing like crazy anyway, I'm kidding. But really unbelievable. But he played, and if you go on, check out Roy Rogers. Not Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. I'm talking Roy Rogers, the great producer, slide guitar player. Okay? Go on and check it out. And Ed's back there playing, and he's really, really unbelievable, fantastic, and you're gonna love him. And I hope I see you soon again. I haven't seen you in a long time. It'd be great to jam again. That'd be fantastic. But cool. But kerryblues.com, official.com. If you want to see what we're playing all over the place all the time. We're going to be playing this weekend for Mardi Gras. It's a Labor Day Mardi Gras in my hometown, which is a lot of fun, and we have a little band we play with down here. The Mardi Gras band, we have a lot of fun doing that, and I hope that all you breezyites will be around. I got really, really great T-shirts coming, which is a lot of fun. I always do it as a thing every year, as a commemorative thing for each year that we're playing, which is cool. Getting back to a little more history about something that goes on. We got a little history of the Blues Society actually, and why and how important it is, and how important it is for you out there to support it. And if you want to hear a lot more of it, go on to Long Island Blues Society.com, or else go on to Facebook. It's a group that they have, the Long Island Blues Society group, and find out, what's going on. And they'll keep you posted on what's happening. I mean, I joined and I found them. Actually, they found me over 25 years ago, way back when. So they've been around a real long time. They've changed over the years, which is great. Bringing some new blood and making things really, really cool. Putting a lot behind it, which I always think is fantastic. And but they helped me out big time with Frank's benefit over at 89 North on October 10th, which should be great, the Celebration of Life concert. And we're going to be doing that, which is going to be a lot of fun. Fun for everybody that's there, because Frank would want you to have fun. So that's the only thing. He wouldn't want anybody really feeling bad about what's going on. But anyway, so getting back to a little bit more history about the Blues Society. We, for a long time, there was a place called Paula Jean's over in Setauket, okay? And Pete Lutzen, he was the owner, he was the cook, he was the everything over there. He was the lifeblood, and he really was the guru of the whole scene at one time of a lot of blues in Long Island, because he loved it so much. He loved the food of it, he loved the sound of it, the smell of it, the everything about it, whatever it was. He was great with it. And what he would do was on Tuesday nights he would have a jam. The first time he would have jams over there. And it was right after Bobby Sherman, not the Bobby Sherman, Julie, do you love me, Bobby Sherman, but Bobby Sherman, the DJ on WUSB, who I have to mention, and a lot of people over there, you guys have made our band so, you've given us so much. I mean, I don't know how to thank you guys. I mean, from the top of whatever, it's unbelievable. You and the Blues Society, both of you, have made the blues scene, and Jerry Schaefer, WRCN, fantastic. Now he's on the other one. What is it called again? The Shark. He's over there doing that one. He's doing that stuff. And but back then it was the RCN, Bonnie Grice, way out there, 88 point, whatever it was, 88 point. Anyway, but WPPB. She did it all the time out there. You have all these really, really great, unbelievable DJs that are out there. Fantastic. I don't want to, not mention you. Mark Klein, Kenny Hahn, Chris Laporta, my main compadre. Love him. Norm Pruslin. I don't know how to thank you. Unbelievable, Norm. Norm, you're the best if you're out there. I love you, man. And you really have, he's such a great guy. Because if you don't know really what you're doing with music or what's going on, he'll give you a little push in the right direction of what's going on. He'll give you that little wind that you need to really get it rolling like that. And there's so many like really great producers out there, and promoters, and the clubs, and blah blah blah. Steve Beery and Eric Rifkin. I can't even go on and on about it. I can go on and on about it actually, but I don't want to leave anybody out. I just got to be careful of that. But getting back to the Blue Side again, they do great stuff. You got to go on. It's the LongIslandBlueSociety.com or Long Island Blues Society group. Go on to Facebook and get in there, and just do it. They'll give you all what's going on with the blues. And there's so many great blues artists in Long Island. We were always very fortunate to really be spearheading a lot of the stuff way back when, and I was very, very blessed to have that happen with us at the time. And it was really, they really opened their arms to us and really gave us a lot of stuff. And I remember Doc Blues, Mark Ressa with the Cedar Beach at the time. These things make it, and when you get there, you see the camaraderie and what's happening. And you feel all this great, great love. It's amazing. And it's really making history in a certain sense of the island itself. I know Long Island is infiltrated. I can't say the word infiltrated. It's an awful word. I'll smack myself on that one. They have so many copy bands, which I think is great. I think a tribute band, a copy band is fantastic. I really do. And I feel like a lot of original stuff too should be, looked at also. And we don't really see enough of it. I feel like if they would just give it a chance. I think some people are afraid of it because I know that a lot of money is in like the copy bands and the tribute bands. But there is people out there that are original, that are individual, that really, should be seen and should be. And the Blue Society will do that. They're going to do that. They have a great every year. It's the Memphis show they do. Going to Memphis actually. It's the International Blues Challenge, right? So we were the first band to go like 25 years ago, and they had gotten us down there. It was beautiful to see all these bands that are playing all over the world pretty much that come into this thing that do that. They still do it every year. So if you have a band, if you have a blues band out there and you want to put it together and get over there and contact them and say, listen, we'd like to do this also. We'd like to come and it would be fantastic. And that'd be great. And Gianna Volpe, I can't forget her. Congratulations on your new little one coming, which is great. And you've done so much for us also. You're always great. I always dislike the idea I got to call you at like 10 o'clock in the morning because I'm a 12 o'clock guy. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing. Musicians are like that. You sleep and stuff like that. But get some rest. But anyway, so I want to play some more because that's what I'm here for. Hope you guys are hanging out for a little while. I'll do a little more of what's happening here. And this is like I said, this is my slide guitar. This is tuned to G. Okay, a G tuning. If you're out there. And here's the tuning again. If you want to get the slide, get an old box like this. This is like a kind of an old Silvertone type thing. It's pretty cool. They got them on eBay, and they all come. A lot of them have a little bit of a warp neck, which is really good to slide. Excellent. And what you want to do is you want to put some heavy strings on, tune it. It's going to be tuned down than a regular tuning, standard tuning. E, A, D, G, B, and E. This is D, G, D, G, B, and D. That's the tuning. So it's a full chord, like that. So I'll play a little slide again and see what you think. Get a little thump going. Actually, I'll play with a little bit of a let's see what it's like with this. My little click on, my little drummer. With my drummer right here. See, when you're playing along with that, it could feel a little mechanical at times. Sorry, I got a really bad allergy. It could be a little mechanical, but what you do is you got to play around the mechanics of it. That's exact. So what you're doing is you're playing with an exact thing. When you're human, you're going to be faltering a little bit here and there, which is natural, and that's what gives it a human kind of natural feel. But the thing is to get as much as articulate as you can with that when you're playing the instrument. You don't want to fall into, like I said, like when I'm playing, if I play without a metronome, all those years ago when I was doing stuff like that, I feel like I was doing something that wasn't really, being beneficial to my getting the idea of the really, really good timing down. Good timing is so important. When you're playing with a band, if you're not all on time, it's really, really terrible. And the great bands of all time, that's why when you play with records, like when I was younger, I put the record on, I'd keep putting the needle back to try to get the riff, all the time like that. When you're doing that, you're playing with the best musicians in the world. You're playing with, God rest his soul right now with Charlie Watts. You play with a Stone song. The greatest rhythm section. You play with Derek and the Dominoes. You put that album on. It's like, with Jim Gordon and Carl Rabel on the bass. These guys are so tight. These guys, like every day they go out. When they're young like that, they have like not a care in the world. Musicians making money like crazy, blah, 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 running all around the country, all around the world, pretty much. And all I have to do is sit around and play. Look at the band. They had that place, Big Pink, upstate New York, So it's like they had so much time to just hang out and do the stuff that the more you do that, the more you go out and play, the better you get, the more tighter you get. You understand each other. You do that kind of things. I know when I played, say I have a different bass player playing me. Jerry Sorrentino was our bass player, which I love him so much. He's great. And Jerry, he's so thick when he plays. He's got that really big bottom. Frank had that too. And it's really, really big bottom. I love it. And when I have somebody else play with me sometimes, I kind of lose something. I kind of missing it because I'm not used to the way it sounds. But when you're playing with a lot of musicians and you're always with them, doing it all the time, you get so used to what's going on. It seems like it's just like, like the back of your hand. It's like such like an old shoe. You know what's going on with it. You know what I mean? That's very, very important when you have a band together like that. And that's why God bless youth. The idea to have, a basement band or a garage band is, you come home from school, you got to do your homework, whatever you got to do. But you go out there and you want to, do your stuff, and you have that whole afternoon and that whole thing, boom, let's get together, let's play the band, blah, blah, blah. And you have all that stuff, and it's such great, great, great times and great things, and understanding music, understanding what it's all about. And then comes the music, here it goes, business. Notice my little quotations, I hate people do that. But the music business is the hard part about it. And it's really the really scuzzy part of the whole thing. It's the whole idea of, when you were young and you were loving, I remember, when you first saw the Beatles or you first saw whoever, or a great blues artist or a great whatever, the first saw the Allman Brothers, you started playing the guitar, it wasn't in your mind to think to myself, this is great, I can make money doing this. You're doing it because you love it. It's all about love. It's a labor of love. To me, it's still a labor of love. You know what I mean? That's the first thing before anything. If I go out and play and say I got a really great gig and it's a really great paying gig, and I just played and I didn't think I played well, like I wouldn't feel good about it. You know what I mean? But if I went out and I didn't make a dime, say if I was doing like a nice benefit or something like that for somebody, and I felt like I played well that night, it was the greatest thing in the world. I sleep like a baby, and I'm like, this is great. I have no craziness going on. There's no stress, no nothing. It's the greatest feeling because you feel like you did something right. And it's just like I said, if you're a guitar player, if you play anything, if you play an oboe, if you play a freaking whatever, a didgeridoo, you know what I mean, and you're a musician, it's just, you know what it's like. You know what it is to have this thing, this inner calling. You get this inner, it was a calling in my life, you know what I mean? So, to play guitar. Kind of like a priest or a rabbi or something like that, like you get this calling, you know what I mean? It's the whole thing, like a holy person. But I was being called by the great, the great English blues artists and the great, of course, the great American, Southern blues artists. It's just, it's an amazing thing to be part of it, to be in that. We went to Ireland a bunch of years ago, and we played at the Guinness Blues Festival. And it's funny because I don't drink beer or anything. I don't drink at all. I don't get high. And it was at the greatest, like the greatest beer in the world, whatever, you know what I mean? So we're over there playing, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I'm an American Irishman, you know what I mean? And I'm bringing over my music to Ireland. And my music is what I grew up on, and they grew up on that music. But for me to bring it to another culture, of what I was brought up on, even though I'm one of them in a certain sense. It was really strange for a second. So I remember sitting there thinking about it before I went on. I'm like, this is wild. I'm bringing, African American blues to Ireland. You know what I mean? And some of the greatest blues artists ever. Van Morrison, of course. You know what I mean? There's like so many great. There goes. Have you heard the Big Thunderclap right over my house? Thunderclap Newman, by the way, great album. But still raining like crazy. But stuff like that. Rory Gallagher. I mean, these guys are just unbelievable. There's so many of them that are so great musicians right now. In every country, everywhere you have, it's really great musicians going on. I think it's to keep it going like that. So, but anyway, somebody mentioned the word soul, and that's it. It's in your soul. It's in our makeup. It's in our, as we were, I guess billions of years ago, whenever we were kind of conceived here on Earth. It's like we have all these ancient indigenous feelings of what's going on, the drum, this and that, and having all that thing like that. And for some way, if you play an instrument, and even if you don't play an instrument, you find your beat. There's something in there. There's a heartbeat. There's a soul beat. There's something going on in your head like that. You know what I mean? So I find that with music is always like that. It's really, really great. And I'm just rambling on like crazy. I'm a rambling man right now, the way I feel. But I'm very excited. I'm very excited to play. I'm very excited to get back out there again and all this COVID craziness. I'm very excited to see all my friends again, all the people that are out there. I'm going to go back to the board over here and see what's going on. See what everybody's up to. Everybody's around here. Hello, hello, hello. What is this? So there it is. Hello, hello. I'll take it over. Let me smooth this. Hold on, everybody. There it is. There it is. I know you're all out there somewhere. Hi, Maria. How you doing? Beltry. What's going on? Your battery is dying. Well, go plug it in. Stephen Stills. There's another guy. Tim Burke. Asked me about a Stephen Stills thing. I played a Stephen Stills tune. I'm not sure which song I played though, but I was so blown away by everybody. Buffalo Springfield, of course. Crows doesn't Nash and Young. I mean, come on. If Stephen Stills even had his stuff, his solo stuff is really, really great. All his albums are really fantastic. But anyway, so I'm gonna do okay. Back to playing a little bit. So I'm sort of rambling on like crazy. I'm gonna do another electric song. Actually, I'll play an electric tune, and I'll do this. Play a little something. It'll be kind of nice. Here we go. Let's get a beat going with my little trusty drummer over here. You hear that? I bet you don't think I'm playing that because you can't see my hands. Well, I'm going to have to do this to make a note I'm actually doing it. Don't try this at home. Well, there you go. I was looking at my my screen for a second. I went completely off in that tune, but what the heck. It's all rock and roll. It's all blues. Who cares? But anyway, again, I can't stress enough. The trusty drummer right here. Play along with that. Just jam like that. I'm telling you, it's so much fun. You gotta kind of think of the rhythm section in your head, but it's really, really great doing that. And if you're a guitar player or any kind of instrument you're playing, it's always great to be in time and to walk around that time. And another thing too about playing guitar, when I was young, I always wanted to be like a fast guitar player. I always wanted to play blah blah blah. I always wanted to play, the lead guitar that everybody does. You want to be the B.B. King. You want to be the Clapton of the whole thing. But it's funny how you don't really look at it really in a certain sense. But then there are great, fantastic rhythm guitar players out there that need to get their due. And Pete Townsend is one. Pete Townsend plays some good leads, but he's an amazing strummer. I mean, just pinball was in itself just amazing. That whole thing, trying to get that down like that. I was young, playing Tommy, the whole thing. That was great. And Bob Weir, the interweaving of him and Jerry Garcia is really amazing. And the kind of chords he plays, it's kind of like those nice full chord type of chords. Let me see what I got over here. Bob Weir type chord like that. No, like this again. Up. I'm out of tune again. Hold on a second, everybody. Bear with me. God darn it. Full air conditioning. Almost. Bear with me. Don't tune away. I'm tuning up. Enough. But he would always do a lot of stuff when he's doing like a chord like this. It's like full chords, like without a capo. Al Jardine too, and the Beach Boys had that kind of thing too. He's doing all kind of stuff. But really, really great with that stuff. Fantastic. Brian Jones with Keith Richards back and forth doing stuff. It's amazing. All back and forth is what I'm doing here. Another really great rhythm guitar player, and the best I probably ever played with myself when I jammed with him, is Michael Falzarano. And Michael, I don't know if he's out there. He's probably on tour right now doing something. He's probably somewhere who knows what he's doing. Somewhere out there. He's doing something great though. But he's another one. And I get to play. Sorry, I have it sounds like this thunder in here. It's my guitar cable was screwy. But anyway, we would play together, and we jammed. I always knew where he was. He was always behind me. He had this really, really beautiful foundation of a rhythm, and that's so important when you're playing with a band, is the rhythm and the whole thing like that. And Michael Falzarano is just one of the greats. He really is fantastic. And he always watches what I do. He gets in between what I'm doing. He's gonna, he's going back and forth, and it's so much fun playing with him. And I'm hoping we're going to do a bunch of shows with him soon. He's been out doing his great airplane shows he's doing. Blows Against the Empire. He's doing the Paul Kantner thing out there, which is really, really great. And he's doing that with a bunch of really, great musicians and stuff. So I wish him luck with that. That's great. But I hope he gets back with us too pretty soon. So it'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, so. I'm trying to think what's happening here. Okay, I'm looking to say hello, everybody. Ira Cohen's out there. Hi, Ira. I'll see you Saturday, my friend. You and Hope. Which is great. Oh, my God. Let me see what we got here. Tony Wilson. Hi, Tony. How's everything? Hope you're having a good time out there. With little Kate. The mom of little Kate, actually. And little Kate's grandma's out there, too. How you doing, guys? Love you guys. Bill Walsh. How you doing, Bill? Anyway, so I don't know how long I've been on for. I'll probably have to wrap this up pretty soon. So it's a little over an hour. So I'm going to do a little something or other. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll play a little. I'll play some electric guitar again. Actually, I'm having fun playing electric. So let me see what we got here. I'll put my trusty friend on again. I want to do a couple of rhythm patterns and see what you think. For you guitarists out there. And this is a rhythm. This is a little rhythm pattern. It's a picking pattern, actually. This is in a C. You can see my hand there. Oh my God! Breaking my stuff over here. There's a C chord. All right, so I'm gonna do a little C pattern. This is a little picking pattern. This is like a little country thing. Let's go into the country. So I'm measuring them down a little bit. Hold on a second. Well, there you go. Well, let me see who's out there hanging out and stuff like that. There's a little rhythm craziness. And I want to say hello to a couple more people here if they're out there still. Hi, Jackie. The metronome is driving you crazy. I turned it down. I turned it off. That's it. It drives everybody nuts, actually. But I have to do that just to keep myself going. So I'm sorry it was it's too loud. But anyway. Put the ticky further from the mic. I did. It's back. It's out of there. But anyway, everybody, I'm glad I came to see everybody tonight. I'm glad you came into my home. And in this rainy night of craziness, the rainy night in Georgia. And I hope to see all of you soon. And I hope that God blesses you all with health and happiness and everyday great stuff, and that's what we need in the world right now and all the time. And a lot of good music. That's the big thing, is to be able to play it and to go out there and jam it. That's a big thing for me, and I know for a lot of people. And I love that you all come and listen and that kind of stuff too. So I want to thank you all for hanging out with me. This is great, and I'll see you all soon. And I'll give you a big kiss. Mwah! With a dating game. Mwah! There you go. All right, everybody. Take care. Love you all.